Going on, Falcon fans? This is your boy Ricondo coming back at you with another video. So today we're gonna talk about some injury update, quick news. Welcome back, fans. Kind of boring last week. I had to go back and watch some of the game tape from the last 13 games to get back pumped up and see what this team is going to be able to do. Yes, the Falcons are still in the playoff hunt. Actually, we dropped the third, so this game coming up is going to be a big game, as of all the other games the remainder of the season. So we're going to talk about that, and then we're going to get into, of course, a new era in Atlanta Falcons football. We all knew Marcus Mariota was a bridge quarterback. Now they drafted the quarterback. We'll see if he's going to actually be the quarterback of the future. But these 4 games coming up, I think, is a big test for many of reasons. So we'll get into that. So guys, if you have not already, go ahead and please subscribe to the channel. Please hit that notification bell so you know when I drop another video. Please hit the like buttons. I know you guys out here I talk about. Then please share my video throughout the YouTube universe so more people can come in and hear me talk about these Atlanta Falcons. What's up going on, Anthony? What's going on, Robert? That's right. Let's get that dub. Hey, it's officially hate week, right? We're in hate week again. Nothing like a big game coming up too. Both teams still in the hunt. Believe it or not, this is probably one of the worst divisions in the league this year. But somebody's got to go to the playoff from this division. Why not us, right? So we'll get into that. But first of all, we're going to go ahead and get into talk about the injury report. The Falcons are looking pretty good coming out the injury report. This week, we got a couple of guys coming back. Armor Ebiketie is coming back off the injury report. We got Matt Hennessy is getting reactivated off the injury reserve, so he started his 21-day period. So that's definitely somebody we can actually see. We're gonna get pretty much a full complement of our guys back. Of course, Taquan Graham still on injury reserve. Kyle Pitts on injury reserve, who they say is not coming back this year. And then in a strange report, Marcus Mariota is actually in a knee procedure done. That's been bothering him all year, and where he has not been on the injury report. Which is really interesting, and I'm not really going to have my comments on that. But I just found it funny that he was announced not being the starter anymore. That he's going to actually have surgery done on his knee, and Arthur Smith said he might go on injury reserve for the remainder of the season. So, but he said that had nothing to do with the quarterback change. So I just think they're just really interesting, the fact that Marcus Mariota all of a sudden is out, right? It's just one of the things that we really got to think about on that. And I got my things on it. I mean, I understand that you're not starting anymore, but to help the young rookie out and come in and be that leader that he needs, it's something that I really thought that Marcus Mariota would do. But it's just interesting to find out, in my opinion, that he decided to go out and get something done to his knee after he was never on the injury report. Now, I don't think he was on the injury report not one time this season. And all of a sudden, coming off the bye week, he has to actually go in and have a procedure done and consider that he might be on the injury reserve for the rest of the season. Just call me crazy, but I just thought that was really interesting. I'm really curious to see what you guys think about that. The fact that Marcus Mariota decided that he was not going to actually be here for the remainder of the season. He's actually not even in the building. So the question is Marcus Mariota even going to actually be back next year? We just have to see with that. Anthony says he's excited about Ridder. I feel he can do what Mariota does, but also can pass. Hey, we're gonna talk about Desmond Ridder. I'm really getting to him, and the sad thing about it is, in my opinion, I thought we probably should have did it after the Carolinas game, because you just know we lost 4 of the last 5 games, guys, and we've been in each game, so we had a chance to win. And you never go back to like 1 or 2 plays in the game, but what you want to do, especially your quarterback, because you know what they always say, the old cliche, pressure break pipes, right? And in those pressure moments, this is where you have to get the job done and be able to deliver. We see quarterbacks do it all the time. That's how they become the great quarterbacks, like a Joe Montana from the back in the day, a Brett Favre, a Peyton Manning, uh, Tom Brady. I guess I had to say his name, but that's what I mean. What's going on, Millie Mills? But yeah, I just James said here. He said Marcus knew his career was over. Yeah, it just weird to me that he decided to go get a procedure done. I mean, he could have definitely helped out the young quarterback. Help him get ready, help him get prepared for the for the last 4 games. That's a good teammate. Hey, Desmond Ridder actually was his good teammate for all those 13 games. All through the off season. When, in my opinion, it should have been a quarterback competition from the get go, but it was not. Right? He got named the starter right out the bat. Didn't have to really worry about that quarterback competition, and all you had to do was just play better. Arthur Smith said it was a performance based off performance why he decided to make the change. Just interesting. Like I said, so for the injury report, Marcus Mariota is going to go on the IR apparently on a knee that we haven't heard anything about for the entire season. So I just thought that was weird. What's going on, Colin? Coolin? What's up, Ricondo? Some of these fans are delusional. I seen people talking about Ridder going to take us to the promised land, like only quarterback can change the whole team. Still plenty of problems. You are 100% correct. You are 100% correct. I think, but Bridget, what I think that they're talking about, it's just something changing something, right? If you look at this season, different than last season, we've been in pretty much every game we played. If you go back, probably the Cincinnati game, but in every other game the Atlanta Falcons have played this year, we've been in every game. And what we hope, because I'm gonna jump on this thing too. What we hope is that some of those passes, we can open up the passing game. I think we have made a lot of strides in the running game. I think the offensive line is actually playing better. Believe it or not, it was ranked like in the top 10 offensive line this year, which is amazing compared to where there was in the lower half. Well, in the end, in the back of the rankings last year as offensive line. So just to show that offensive line is playing so much better, I believe that people thinking we can open up the passing game. That's what's holding us back, holding his offense back to be able to do something. We don't know if Desmond Ridder going to be able to do that. But to your point, we do have a lot more problems that we really need to look at. That's probably not going to get fixed, right? The problem with stopping the run, we really struggle with that of late. The time possession is really being heavily favored in the other team, which was really hurting us because we was getting limited possessions on offense. That really hurt us. So that's one of the things that we really got to think about. Hopefully we can open up the passing game. But like I said in my last video on Friday, is that the problem we got to try to avoid is manage our expectations with a rookie quarterback. He's a rookie quarterback. So I don't know that many rookie quarterbacks can come out and start playing lights out. I just don't see that. I mean, it could happen. If you just make him, manage the game, like I said, make the throws that we won't need him to make, but don't expect him to come out and and be that 4 or 5 year vet, and manage to run the offense like that. So I agree with you 100%. You got to look at the rest of the team. The rest of the team will have to play better as well to help this young man out. But hopefully, what we get from Desmond Ridder is to just open up that passing game just a little bit more. I think that's what everybody looking at, not just to say he's going to be a savior, because he's a rookie. He has never played before. So let's manage our expectations. We'll be the same folks talking about benching him if he don't play. Exactly. You're right. You're right. That's why I said manage expectations, because he's a rookie quarterback. So I mean, if he come out and just say, Knock on wood, because we don't want this to happen. But he come out throw a couple of interceptions against the Saints. Um, this Sunday, and everybody's like, he's not good. He's not. He's a rookie. All right, he's going to make rookie mistakes. Trust me, Dennis Allen been coaching defense for a long time. And he's going to try to confuse Desmond Ridder. He's going to try to give Desmond Ridder things that he never seen. He's going to try to put him in pressure. He's going to try to make the rookie make mistakes. That's the thing what he's going to do. And until you get put in those positions, those experiences as a quarterback, especially as a quarterback in the NFL, you never know what he's going to do. So this is going to be an exciting game. But at the same time, I'm really excited. I really believe that he's going to be able to hold his part. So right here, and some of them, you know what? I don't understand why people keep talking about Bijan Robinson. I see this all over Twitter. Everybody already looking at the draft, right? And it's somehow the Falcon fans love get locked in on one player for some reason, and then we start to like, that's who they're gonna pick. That's who they're gonna pick. I don't think they're gonna pick a running back. Now, of course, they always talk about going best available player. I understand that, but trust me, I don't believe that the Falcons is going to pick a running back in the first round. It's just my opinion. But we're going to talk about that after the season, guys. We still got a chance to actually go to the playoffs. So let's not get so far ahead and start talking about the drafts. And we don't even know where the Falcons are going to actually end up in the draft, right? So got a long time before we start talking about the draft. All right, so guys, that's the injury report. Got a lot of good guys come back. This break was good for us. We're going to be able to get healthy in a lot of spots. I thought we missed Armor Ebiketie in that Pittsburgh Steelers game. So definitely going to come back, get another defensive tackle back, on the defensive line as well. So we're going to get a little healthier, which is good. But the biggest story is, of course, our quarterback change, right? We just said we don't need a running back, we need defense. That's what I'm saying, these folks. Yeah, I agree 100%. I don't understand why they keep talking about a running back. It just don't make any sense to me. But it's good. I guess when you start talking draft, it's good conversation. People love to have conversation. I just don't like to talk about something that's really not going to ever happen. It's like a waste of time to me. So that's where I fall on that. I want to see CP's run over Honey Badger again. The business decision is gonna be. Oh yeah, don't forget. Don't think he forgot. He know. Go back and look at that tape. Go back and look at the tape. What is a good thing, and I'm gonna talk about this on Wednesday when I go to the Keys. But what's good about Desmond Ridder in this game? They don't have film on him, right? They got the preseason and things like that, but that's vanilla. They're just going out throwing passes and stuff like that. This is actually game plan. Arthur Smith mentioned that Desmond Ridder was in the building all week already, so he didn't really have a bye. It was a bye for the team, but Desmond Ridder knew he was going to get the start. He actually been there with the coaching staff, getting ready to take over the helm. So they want to game plan this game right. It's all about the Saints right now, and we got to go in and try to win that game. So that's what I like. What about we about to win in New Orleans? I know, man. I never been to a Saints game in New Orleans. They said it's pretty fun. I know one of my buddies going down there to do a and sit down there with guys. I mean, Saint fans, they're not like rowdy where you're gonna fight, but they talk a lot of shit, and it's a good old fashioned hate between the Saints and the Falcons, and I can't stand the Saints, so that would be fun to go down there and rub it in their face. We need to get a good center, defensive tackle, another cornerback, safety, get rid of Eric Harris. I agree with you, all the above. Hopefully Drew Dahlman get better, especially with these snaps. I watched some highlights, man. He really did make a lot of bad snaps. He really needed. Hope he fixed on that. Hopefully, The corner safety, more edge help. All the above. I agree with you, Millie Mills. All right, let's get into quick roster moves that they made. Um, real quick. So with the roster, of course, I know everybody know about this. They signed Logan Woodside off the Tennessee Titans practice squad, coming in to be, I guess now Desmond Ridder backup because Marcus Mariota is going to be getting that procedure done. So this was a move to actually come in and be the backup for Desmond Ridder. He's familiar with Arthur Smith because he played in Tennessee. So somebody that already knows the system a little bit. Hopefully he come in. Hopefully we don't need him. Hopefully Desmond Ridder can stay healthy, stay upright, so we can actually see what he's all about. But Logan Woodside coming in with that move, they had to actually release Nate Lehman off the 53-man roster. Young rookie linebacker that actually was able to make the squad coming in. They probably bring him back on the practice squad once he clears waivers. But that's what they had to do, bringing it backup quarterback now since Marcus Mariota apparently is going to get a mysterious procedure done on his knee all of this sudden. So and then, which is not surprising, they actually released Damian Williams, running back. If you remember Damian Williams way back in week 1 when he got injured in the Aints game and went on the IR. He's been healthy for a while, but I think with the emergence of Tyler Algier and Caleb Huntley, they just didn't have no room for Damian Williams. So it was no need to, release somebody and have 4 running backs on the squad. So Damian Williams, don't be surprised if you see a team that's making a playoff push actually go out and pick Damian Williams up because he does have that experience. He was the number 2 running back for us coming into the season. However, he got hurt. Just was never able to get back on the field because guys like Caleb Huntley and Tyler Algier has been playing so well. So those are some of the things that just happen. Sometimes, somebody injury or something be somebody good fortune. And for Caleb Huntley, fortunately for him, Damon Williams went down the first game of the season, and Caleb Huntley hit the ground running, and didn't even look back. So you gotta love that. Billy Bill said we need another wide receiver too. I agree with you 100%. Drake London. We thought Brian Edwards was going to be that guy, but they went ahead and released him. So that's the way it is. I went to a game 2013. A lot of haters, but good food. Yeah, they hate. But see, if you go down there and beat them, they can't hate that much. That's what we do. I did not like us cutting Nate Lehman, but it's a business. Yeah, I mean, I think he's come back on the practice squad. They had to make room somewhere. Desmond Ridder throws for 250 yards, 3 TDs this Sunday. That's what I'm talking about. That's the way to look it up. Look at it. We need D-line. See, she's right on it. Exactly. We need D-line. We need somebody to stop the run, man. Grady Jarrett needs some help. Right? You can't be getting you can't double team Grady Jarrett and nobody else able to step up. I felt like when Taquan Graham went down, we started to really struggle, especially in the run game. That's why you can tell we need another body there. So maybe if Marlon Davidson could have stayed healthy, we'd be somebody we could have definitely was able to keep, but we weren't able to do that. I believe we can beat New Orleans. We only lost by 1 point. Run the damn ball over the. I agree with you. All we got to do is just don't beat ourselves. I think if we go out and don't beat ourselves, we can beat these Aints, man. I really do believe that. I get it, but we're tired of all these damn former Bears and tight bums. Hey, man, relationships. It's all about relationships. It's all about relationships in life. You guys know that. It's all about relationships. That's why you look around, you see the coaches switching over because they got relationships, players and coaches, stuff like that. Because they know what to expect for those guys. That's why you bring them in, especially when have the the training camp and all that stuff, and there you have to be able to say, hey, I already know this guy. I know what to expect out of him. Let's bring him in. So it's all about relationships. And you know that it's the same thing in life. The better relationships you have with people, the more things you can accomplish. And sometimes you have to, do away with some relationships too. What's going on, Brian Peoples? Um, you think we'll get rid of Casey Hayward next year? He will be 33, injury prone. Well, he has one more year in his contract, so I can see us drafting a cornerback this year to go sign AJ Terrell. But I think Casey's going to be here that one more year, which would be good for the rookie cornerback if we decide to draft a rookie cornerback. Um, so because I agree, we need secondary help as well. Somebody mentioned safety, definitely a safety. But my biggest thing is that defensive line and another pass rusher. That's what I'm looking for. Definitely need a center. We're not going to talk about that. Drew Dalman's got to play better. He got to play better these last 4 games. Matt Hennessy is coming back. Maybe they make a change there and put Matt Hennessy in. We'll have to see. We need some tacklers. That's like the number one rule to play football, defensive football, to be able to tackle. I agree with you on that. Yeah, Casey gone. I think he'll be here next year, like I said, but after that, I think it's a wrap. He would be okay if he was injury prone. Yeah, that's his bigger problem. He can't stay healthy. He said Mario blew his knee out of the living room. Yeah, let's be honest. I think Marcus Mariota is a little butthurt. I don't understand why though. Why would he? Be feeling some type of way? He's been through this before. It's a performance based league. And he had to been watching film and see some of the things that he was not doing. Right. This team is not all, the loss is not all on Marcus Mariota. We do understand that. And like I said, you can go out and pick plays from, each side of the ball, special teams, defense, offense, and things like that. We talked about the center, the snaps and things like that. But at the end of the day, you guys know this. When it comes down to winning losses, the quarterback is always going to get judged by that. And like I said, in most of the pressure moments, we just are not getting it done. And what I also said this year is that we were not able to unlock our passing game. The running game is being top 5 all year, but our passing game is bottom of the league when we have the weapons to be able to get them the ball. Kyle Pace is gone, but when he was here, he wasn't even getting the ball. So that's the things I'm talking about. And you can't tell me that when you pick a guy at number 4 overall, then come back the following year and pick a guy at number 8 overall, you're not trying to get them the ball. I understand running the ball, but when you have those guys on the outside, you got to be able to include them in the passing game as well as the running game. So that's why I think Mariota he just was not able to accomplish that. We don't know if Desmond Ridder going to be able to do that, but I just have my opinions that I think he's a better passer than Marcus Mariota. But guess what? We about to find out real quick. Yeah, he has to know. He had to know he was struggling. I agree with you 100%, man. He had to know. Case that facts, he would actually like Casey at one point, top cornerback. Yeah, man. I thought when he went down, it kind of hurt our secondary because that veteran present, just knowing the game, knowing how to you set up quarterbacks and things like that. So when Casey went down, I thought it hurt us. And then of course, those couple of games when AJ went down, it really hurt us. So glad to see him back out there. Mario thinks he's a starter from what I heard. I don't know where. Not for the Falcons. That's why he feels some type of way. Thought he pulled through. Yeah, I agree. Like I said, he played his heart out for this team. You cannot take that away from him. He really did, but I just don't think. I mean, some of the throws he made, well, he did not make. Let me take it back. Some of the throws that he could not complete just the reason why they decided to make the decisions. Go back and look at some of the passes. Go back. Every game I went through, and this just the way I felt, and a lot of people that was sitting beside me at the games, when it was 3rd and 8 or more, we felt like it was going to be a punt. And more times than none, that's what the case was. It was going to be either a punt or we was going to have to keep the field goal. We was in the red zone. That's just the way it looked because he was not able to deliver the ball when we needed to. Not 100% the case, but most of the time, like I said, 8 out of 10 times, that's what happened when it was 3rd and 8 or more, which is really hard for a lot of quarterbacks, 3rd and 8 or more. But when in his case, it was 8 out of 10. We was gonna punt the rock. That's what it was. Mariota can't take all the blame. The center needs to stop snapping the ball to the ground. Hey, I agree with you. Like I said, it's not 100% on him. It's never 100% on one person. We all say that. But this just think about this. We talked about last year. A lot of people wanted Matt Ryan gone, right? Because he was not mobile and things like this. But I know you all agree with me. Matt Ryan could pass his ass off, and he will been able to connect with his receivers. We talking about Kyle Pitts, had over 1,000-yard receiving last year with that team we had last year. Let's just put that in perspective. With no running game last year, because we didn't have a running game last year. We didn't really have a lot of receiving weapons and anything like that. But Kyle Pitts, the only weapon we had on the outside, along with Cordell Patterson, put over 1,000 yards last year. What changed? Kyle Pitts should be better, right? Should going from year 1 to year 2 should have been better. The quarterback position changed. The coach was still the same offense and everything. Only thing changed was our quarterback position, and you just have to explain that to me, right? The philosophies, the running game was outstanding, but it was time to pass the ball. We was not able to do that. And only thing you can point to into the aspect was the quarterback position. That's where my mind go. I saw the same offensive coordinator with the same players, probably some better players in skill positions, and we could not complete passes down the field like we was last year when I thought we had a worse team. That's just where my mindset go when I talk about Marcus Mariota. I understand the center position. I understand everything everybody talking about. But in my opinion, either Arthur Smith didn't trust him to call the same plays he called last year, or the quarterback just wasn't competent enough to make those throws. Our defense allowed 1 to 2 touchdowns a game, except 60 game. Exactly. I mean, if you think about it, if you go back and look, and I don't have this right in front of me, but second half defense does not give up a lot of points for the Atlanta Falcons. In that Pittsburgh game, we only gave up 3 points. We only gave up 3 points in the second half in the Pittsburgh game. So our defense, we could talk about the time possession and can't get off the field on third down, which is a fact. All that's a fact. But at the same time, they're not putting up a lot of points on our defense. But our offense just can't counter that and put points on the board. It's complementary football for a reason. I'm curious to see if we cut Mariota or renegotiate the contract to keep him. See, my thing is about this whole situation with the knee. I'm really starting to believe that he probably won't be here next year, because to me, I just think that being a leader of the team, understanding that you got bench, you still would want to be there for your teammates that you fought with all season long to try to help the young quarterback get win games. But all of a sudden now you want to go have a knee procedure. I think he might be out. That's just my opinion. And I think we might go ahead and make Logan Woodside our backup. Thank you for giving us the vision of more quarterback in Atlanta again the year. We're moving on, bro. Take backup. Exactly, man. You know, that's what he should do, right? And believe me or not, I went back and looked at some of Desmond Ridder film in college. He's mobile. He's a mobile guy. He can move with the ball. So it's not going to be another statue situation where we're going to have a quarterback just sitting back there in the pocket. Desmond Ridder is fast. He really is. He's not that, you know, runner like Marcus Mariota, but he's able to avoid pressure and move around in the pocket just as well. So we definitely going to see. And what I really like about what Arthur Smith said was he's not going to change the game plan. He's sticking to the game plan, which you have to love about that. Mario did what he was good at, but not good in pass. Ricky got to see what he draft one. You know, I agree with you 100% about Desmond Ridder. We don't know. I mean, he was drafted in the third round, right? A lot of teams passed on him, first, second, and third round. He made it all the way to 74 pick in the draft. So, you know, and these supposed to be experts looking at quarterbacks and seeing that can this guy be an NFL quarterback in the future. So a lot of people passed on him. But what you do got to believe, and if history tells you right, sometimes when somebody else don't see it, somebody just got to give you a chance, right? Um, I hate talking about it, but Tom Brady was a 6th-round pick. Been in the league for 23 years, still playing football, right? So Jerry Rice got picked late. It's some great Hall of Famers that didn't get picked up early, and they just know how to. They just love the game of football and come out and do what they need to do. One thing we do know about Desmond Ridder that he played almost 50 games in college, and he only lost like 4 games. That speaks a lot. That speaks volumes. He's a winner. That's one thing we do know. The mechanics and things like that, you learn over time and things like that. But one thing we do know about Desmond Ridder is that he won a lot of games. He played a lot of football too. Sometimes you get young rookie quarterbacks that come in only play like a season and a half in college and things like that. But the program he came from which really a pro style offense that he played a lot of games in college. I think he's gonna be able to show you something. I think the game is not going to be too big for him, and we're definitely going to find out right away when he go into the Superdome. So it's going to be really exciting to see what he's able to do. But that's the reason why he needs to start these 4 games, because this is about the future. I always say that if you don't have a franchise quarterback, you really don't have a team that's going to go anywhere. Go in the history of the NFL, most teams that's successful, they got a quarterback, a franchise quarterback. It have been some teams, the 2000 Baltimore Ravens, teams like that. That defense was so dominant that they could just take a guy and make it to the Super Bowl, right? But 9 times out of 10, you want a team that's going to show sustainable success over the time. You're going to need a franchise quarterback. So we don't know if that's Desmond Ridder, but we definitely need to find out. And that's where we're at right now. Yep. We go. You can't see what you got just 4 games. So these folks need thinking they're going to see 4 games. Not you're right. You can't see. You can't you 4 games is not going to be enough, right? Good or bad. Good or bad. That's why I say manage expectations, because just come out he say he plays bad in these 4 games, That don't mean he's not going to be a good quarterback in this league. But in the same breath, if he plays good, don't mean that that he's the future either. So we have to understand that because 4 games is not enough sample size for you to really decide good or bad if this guy is going to be the future for the Atlanta Falcons. But you could honestly go out and say that if he plays well, you really have to go out and draft a quarterback this year, right? Could you probably do something in free agency or something like that? You just see what you need to do, but this right here will give us some idea. Hopefully, give the front office and the coaching staff an idea as well. 4 games is definitely not enough. So please, people, don't believe that if he go out and play bad. I just go back to the Sheriff Peyton Manning, his first rookie season. He threw a lot of picks. He threw a lot of interceptions. You go back to that. That was a bad year for him. But look what he turned into, right? Troy Aikman, his rookie season, he actually got benched in his rookie season. With 3 Super Bowls, Hall of Famer, right? So that's some of the things you gotta think about. Don't get caught up in the hype either way. But that I want him to play well. I'm just gonna be. I'm be honest with you. I just want him to play well. A quarterback 23-3. Yep. Don't get hype. Say he's a winner. I agree with you on that. I really do believe he's a winner. He just got to prove it, man. There's a dual threat. He can throw, run. Mariota just mobile, but he can throw also. Just he's not accurate at all. I mean that's an understatement, man. He is not accurate at all. Like I think the stat I gave you guys on Friday was 20%. 20% of his passes down the field was completed. That's really bad. 20%. And he was tied with Josh Wilson from the Jets. That's how bad he was. He was tied last in the league with the Jets. So, and then another stat, everybody was like, well, his receivers are drops. No, only 2% of his passes was dropped by his receivers this year. Only 2%. So that tells you that when he got the ball to them, they was catching him. But the problem was he was not accurate enough to get them to rock. So his accuracy was the issue. That's really where it boils down to. And I really believe he was just a one-read quarterback. The first read wasn't there. He get off of it, and then he hesitant to make the throws. Right now, I tell you this: when you hesitant to make throws, you don't throw picks, which is, you get gunshot and things like that. I think you need to have a little gunslinger in you, right? Because you're gonna have to make those tight window throws. You gotta trust your arm and think you're gonna get it there. That's how some guys end up with interception. That's why famous Jameis Winston. That's why he always feel like I can get it there. I can get it there. He throw it up, for grabs. We don't want that. Trust me, we don't want that. But you got to have a little gunslinger mentality in you to play in the NFL because those windows are like this. Right? In college, they like this, and in the NFL, they like this. So you got to have trust in yourself and see what you see. Mariota didn't have that, right? If it's like this, he won't throw it. It got to be perfect for him to pull the trigger, and that's why he get himself in trouble. That's why I say he's a one-read quarterback. If it's there, he's going to let it go and rip it off and be on time. If it's not, he get himself, panicking, no poise, and then not his feet is not good, and he throw the ball and it's inaccurate. That's what happens. And that's what you see a lot of times with Marcus Mariota. Just get it in, not sure what you covered. But I seen we cut Damian Williams. Yeah, I talked about that. I just think the emergence of Tyler Algier and Caleb Huntley just really hurt, bringing back a fourth running back. When we talked about this, remember, if we go back into when the beginning of the season and we were going over the roster projections of who they was going to keep, I was just thought it was going to be hard to keep 4 running backs. And it was. That's why Caleb Huntley ended up on the practice squad. But when Damon Williams went down, Caleb Huntley got his opportunity. And you have to admit that he's been playing it. Ball was out. So you wasn't going to bring Williams back. I just think that what's going to happen to Damon Williams, a playoff team is probably going to pick him up because he got that experience. And he's going to help some team, try to get to the promised land. So best of luck to Damon Williams. They said he was 100% healthy. I think he's probably been 100% healthy for weeks now. Just Caleb Huntley and Tyler Algier were just straight up balling, man. Let's see here. It says they pass on Brady, Breeze, Rodgers, Ridder may be a diamond in the curse. Yes, could be. We'll see. We'll see. You are 100% right. These are some names. And I want to say Russell Wilson too, but I really don't want to talk about him right now because of what he played this year. But he was another guy. He was a 4th-round pick. Dak Prescott was a 4th-round pick. So, first-round picks is not 100% guaranteed. Matter of fact, picking a quarterback is like a crapshoot anyway. You really don't know what you're going to get out of quarterback. So, a lot of these teams passed up on Desmond Ridder. Maybe the Falcons looked up. We don't know. But we about to find out, guys. He's a winner in college, y'all. Yeah, he made sense irrelevant, the big games and all, but this NFL, some of the best players in the world. Okay, hey, agree with you 100%. But see, that's what. That's why we play the games, right? Because all the talking's out the window. We have to play. So, all the projections and talking about the analysts and analyzing this and all that. We about to find out, man. And what better way to find out than going up against the Aints in a potential? Think about it. It's a big game for the Atlanta Falcons. It's a really big game for the Atlanta Falcons. So this is something that we definitely going to be looking at because it has high stakes. The Aints want to win. We want to win. It's not just a game at the end of the season where teams are trying not to get out, don't get hurt. This is about the division, guys. It really is. Every team got like 4 games left, and this is about the division. This division is wide open. Nobody really has their handprint on it. Bucks got the lead. They got to win out, but they got some tough games. And guess what? They play 2 division opponents in the last 4 games. They play the Panthers and they play us, right? So it's not. They got to win out as well, right? They got a tough game against the Cincinnati Bengals this weekend. Then they got to play the Panthers, right? We got tough games. We got the Aints. We got the Ravens, right? So it's gonna be a good test these last 4 games, which is gonna be really exciting. I can't wait. But we got to get the first one first. You can see he got the dog in him in 4 games. We're going to see. Because to me, I believe you might get to see a little bit more because of the stakes of the game. But, it really going to come down to the first game because you guys got to win the first game first. If you win the first game, that gives you that momentum you need, right? We lose this game, pretty much we probably out of it then. We're probably out of the playoff picture. And then these last games just to see what he could, what he could be for the future. But if he comes out and we win this game against the Aints, that's going to put us right back in the hunt there, and then we can keep on stepping that way. But this first game is important. If you need current example, Josh Allen played terribly his first year, and Baker Mayfield played good a few games. You got to give player time. Yes. You have to let these guys develop. Like I said, a lot of times, some of these guys come in and like Josh Allen, he played some games in college. Baker Mayfield didn't play a lot of games in college, right? Went to Oklahoma where they don't play any defense in the Big 12. One's a Heisman, I get it, all that. Put up all the big numbers. That's how he got, selected number 1 overall. But trust me, the more football you play, the better they understand how how good you actually can be, right? Because the more tape you put out there, this guy played, like I said, almost 50 games at college, so he played a lot of football, and man, he didn't lose a lot. I know it was in Cincinnati, wasn't in one of the Power Fives. I get it, but he won a lot. He did win a lot. Bridget says, why these folks think we would draft a quarterback 23 after just 4 games? Make sense. In my opinion, he gets at least the last games of the season and should be next year. I agree with you. You got to give him time. If you're not going to give him time, what's the reason why you drafted the kid, right? You might well just stay Marcus Mariota, and your plan was to go out and draft a quarterback. Just don't even see what he got. He just be a career backup or something. But they see something in the kid. And man, what I like about it, I just go back to draft night when when he got drafted, and when he tell Terry Fontenot they don't fucked up, right? We're gonna see. And then he also said that he wanted to bring a Super Bowl to Atlanta. That's a lot of talk, man, but we got to see what he's gonna do. I like the kid from the start. I really did. I like his demeanor. I like how he came in. They kept talking about that he had a plan to how he was gonna unseat, the incoming quarterback and things like that. I don't think did the plan work out this year. I don't know. Did he what did he do to get Mariota, out the way? I think Mariota did that to himself, but we got to see what about Desmond Ridder all about, guys. You gotta be excited about this whole thing. Let's see here. What's going on, Chief? Great content. I can see Ridder really being successful on our team, and with the debut against the Saints, I believe he will make a huge factor in spreading the ball around. That's my hope, man. That's my hope, D. I really believe, and I really hope that that Desmond Ridder can just open up the passing game, man. I believe that Drake London is an animal, is a beast, man. I really believe Drake London is a beast. From these few games that we've seen, I mean, he wants to rock, and he really has the dog in him. And I just want to be able to get in the ball. I wish Kyle Pitts was here for this young man to see what he could do, but I just believe he can open up the passing game. I really do. I really do. But it don't mean nothing. We don't get the win, guys. I don't even know so many holes to fill in the roster. We can't keep focusing on quarterback every year. It's so many holes. It's so many. It's. I mean, some of them are obvious. One thing that guys we gotta like it, because everybody look at the draft, right? I understand people looking at the draft, and teams build their teams through draft, but free agency is definitely going to play a big part for us this year as well. And that's one of the things we got to see. Free agency is going to play a big part for us, so we got to be looking for free agency. It's really going to pay off for us this year. Let's see here. I think it comes down to us in Tampa on some wins. We'll see, man. We'll see. He said he wanted the top 3. If we're gonna go all out, right? Hey, then we can go get those defensive players we want. We won't get top 3, man. I think we don't want too many games for that. It's not really being delusional if they believe they can get better talent at quarterback. Something is better than we. I don't know. I mean, which quarterbacks that you think that's better this year coming out the draft? That's the question you have to ask yourself. That's the question you have to ask, right? Let me fix my light, guys. What question? The question is, what quarterback is that you believe in this year that's coming out of the draft this year? That's what you got to ask yourself. Because if you don't believe it's a quarterback that can actually change the game, and I get it, some of those quarterbacks, everybody talking about C.J. Stroud and Bryce Young, those guys look good in college. And just like Millie Mills said earlier, that's college. That is college, 100%. That is college. That's not the NFL, right? What I always think about, especially a guy like C.J. Stroud, um, coming from Ohio State, the Big Ten, and if when I talk about earlier, and let me get this off the screen, when I talk about the holes in the passing game, and you watch the Big Ten play, and if you watch those receivers, how open they be in college, you can complete those passes as anybody complete those passes because those players are so open in college. It's mind boggling. Then you get in the pros, and those holes or things are just wide open. I mean, they're closed so quick in the pros. That's the difference, right? So I don't know any Ohio State quarterbacks that came out and actually dominated in a while. Somebody can name a Ohio State quarterback that came out and actually looked good. Um, so everybody having this hype for CJ Stroud because he looked good at Ohio State in the Big Ten where his wide receivers like they playing 7-on-7. I mean, I don't see it. Bryce Young, now playing the SEC, that guy shows some accuracy. But he's little small, he's a little small. So I don't know how he'll hold up in the NFL. Kind of look at somebody like um Kyler Murray and see how he stays injured and things like that. But I do like Bryce Young. He's accurate. He's really accurate. And he looks like he has the poise already. Seems like he don't get rattled a whole lot. Playing SEC to me is probably the closest thing to the NFL playing in in that conference. So I can see Bryce Young being that guy. Let's see what we got here. I don't want to miss you guys. Posts. I think we have the right quarterback, Ridder. I don't see us drafting a quarterback next year. I don't either. I don't, and I think that even if he plays bad this year, these last 4 games, I still don't think us drafting another quarterback. I think they're going to give him time. Bridger, I agree. We would love to see Carter Anderson here. Man, that's a sleeper. The D tackle from Clemson, guys. I could see him dropping because he had an ACL injury early in the season. He should be back 100% by next season. So I think the defensive tackle from Clemson, Brees, um, I think he's a sleeper, guys. I mean, that guy is a monster because I don't think we're going to get Jalen Carter. I think he's going to be going way too early in the draft. So, but a guy like Brees, the guy from Clemson, the defensive tackle, 305, that guy definitely can be the thing. Bridger said Mario to bench himself. You agree? Yeah, he benched himself 100%. It was all him. They gave him 13 games, man. And if we wouldn't have went on, just think about it. Think about it, guys. We lost 4 of our last 5 games. If we could have won 2 of those games, we'll be in first place right now. We'll be he benched himself. We would be in first place right now. In 2 of those games, he threw an interception in the game. Yes, Mario blew a chance being a star in the league. Yeah, I think he did. Let's see here. Hopefully, we can pick up Deron Payne. Washington let him go. Free agency, man. That's what I'm talking about. Ridder season here is that's right, man. The new era, right? Let's see here. Yeah, we got more holes on this roster than Swiss cheese. But we already knew that, right? I don't think anybody thought that we had a solid team that we can go out and dominate, right? We knew we had a lot of holes on this team. And then the injuries we took this year, really just made it worse. Casey Hayward going down, Taquan Graham, Kyle Pitts, um, Vincent Taylor. Remember, we never got to see him play because he went down in training camp. So it's just a lot of injuries we had, unfortunately. And then we were already to the point where we had 66 dead cap, largest dead cap in NFL history. So we got the roster we're gonna have. Nathan Floyd, I would crazy draft the Jalen Carter. I wanted Jordan Davis last year. Hopefully one day one day they're gonna pick the guy you want, right? One day they're gonna do it. One day we're gonna be like, that's the guy everybody wanted. So we looking out there because everybody wanted Davis. I wanted Davis as well. I thought definitely sure they was gonna pick up a defensive player. They went Drake London, but guess what? I'm not even mad anymore. Oh, let's see. Been in the league for 7 years and still got no accuracy. Yep, that's Marcus Mariota for you. Yeah, he had his chance, man. You gotta you have to respect Arthur Smith. He gave him a chance. Man, he took up for him. He came out there and was like, no, I'm not making the quarterback change when everybody was saying it. I was even saying it after the Carolinas game. So that's the way I look at it. Midget quarterback. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. Bryce Young is small. He really small. I'd rather take Stetson Bennett over Williams or Stroud. I don't know about that now. Come on. I don't know. Stetson Bennett, he's a winner. But I don't know. Joe Burrow. Yeah, Joe Burrow, he came out of nowhere, man. Joe Burrow really had one good year in college. Y'all know that, right? But that was a great year. That was a great year. And it's translating to the NFL too. Yeah, I supported Mariota because I know it wasn't entirely his fault. A lot of holes on the team, but when you're a bridge quarterback, second chance being a star, you can't. Right. You got to play well, man. Don't be the reason why we lose the game. Don't have anybody question like, yeah, that throw, that fumble, whatever. Go back to the fumble in the Aints game. We should be talking about sweeping the Aints right now, but we can't because we blew that game. Right. That was linked seems so long ago, guys. Bring it back up to old memories since it's hate week again. Make many mistakes, add a problem already on the team. Yep. Came naked. You can't fumble. So now that I'm support for the new man, Charger Ridder. Let's go. Let's do it. Let's see here. Thanks. It's simple, Bridget. My thing is, bro, you're a vet playing a rookie. Yeah, he played like a rookie, man. Yeah, I know you guys remember that play in Carolina when he fell to the ground, just threw it up in the air. He was already down, but it was picked off. Man, after that play, I was like, yeah, it's time for that dude to go, man. Rahondo, what do you think about the D tackle from Baylor? I haven't looked at him yet because I only did the projected top 5 defensive tackles. I have to go back and look at the guy from Baylor. I haven't looked at him yet because I looked at pass rushers and I looked at defensive tackles. If we go back to one of my I think last week video I talked about. I think it was Wednesday. I talked about some defensive prospects. I mentioned Carter. Of course, I mentioned the pass rusher from Alabama, a couple pass rusher from Georgia, and then I mentioned the big guy from Clemson as well. And Clemson also have a great pass rusher too on their team. I can't think of his name right now, but you got to go back and look at the video from last Wednesday, and you'll see those 5 guys that I highlighted. And at the time, the Falcons was 10th in the was 10th. So we'll have to see. We beat the Chargers if oh man, that Chargers game, I don't know how many overthrows he missed to Kyle Pitts in that Chargers game. That was embarrassing. It really was. I couldn't believe that. And we still had a chance to win that game, but to me, I think we should have blown out the Chargers. We could have just made connected on some plays. So Jaquan Roy, a few other D-type types to look at. I'm when we get into draft season, guys, I'm definitely gonna look at all those guys. I believe it or not, I picked Tyler Algier to the Falcons. Go back and look at my videos. So um, he's one of the probably the only guy when I went through my um, draft projections for the Atlanta Falcons. Um, Tyler Algier is one of the guys that I thought that they might have had a chance to get because the running back coach actually worked them out after a workout, and they really had good connection there. So he was one of the guys that I thought they was going to pick. That was later in the round. I think I had all the other picks wrong. I didn't know anything about Armor Ebiketie. I never thought they was going to pick a receiver at number 8. So I was wrong on a lot of picks, but I can't say Tyler Algier. Desmond Ridder, I thought he would have went earlier actually. So he definitely somebody that I didn't think about. Troy Anderson was never on my radar. So just go to show the Falcons, you know, they come out of nowhere. Nobody thought about none of the guys. But I can tell you this: the Falcons really like guys that they see at the Senior Bowl. They got Richie Grant, Troy Anderson. A lot of those guys that they drafted this year was from the Senior Bowl. So a good litmus test for the Falcons draft board to go look at the Senior Bowl this year and to see who they're eyeing in the Senior Bowl, because that definitely could be a kind of gauge who they're going to select. They picked up a lot of guys from the Senior Bowl in the last 2 years. 3, I know for sure. Jacoby Myers, a potential free agent. Yeah, we definitely need to pick up another receiver. Miles, that's the guy I was talking about from Clemson. He's the other guy from Clemson, Miles Murphy. This guy already have pro pass rush moves already. His spin is deadly. Um, Only thing he need to do, make sure he keep his pass low and things like that. But Miles Murphy is definitely another pass rusher we definitely can use. We don't know what they're gonna do with Lorenzo Carter, but it won't hurt to have more than more than 2 pass rushers on the team. I would say 4 would be nice. So D'Angelo Malone can develop. Armand Katie, Lorenzo Carter. Then you pick a guy like Miles Murphy up. That would be great. Um, why was Tyler just such a late round pick? He was so good. Because he's a running back. you know, running backs don't lose value for some reason. That's why everybody talking about Bijan Robinson going top 10. I don't even know about that because the last running back to go that soon was Saquon Barkley, right? And then before him probably was Ezekiel Elliott. So running backs been devalued of late, but you can always get running backs late in rounds. That's why. But go back and look at Tyler Algier film. He had the most broken tackles in college. I don't know why he went so late. But I mean, he's hard to bring down. That guy's he's a big back, man. So you got to love it. Um, Watching some college football and project the big boards through the season, and I'm off to see the junkie. Okay, yeah, I can't wait. I'm really excited about the off season, but man, just imagine the Falcons. So this put this in the story because they still have to tell the story, right? So they say the Falcons got rid of their 14-year franchise quarterback, brought in Marcus Mariota, who was benched in week 13 going into the bye. The Falcons somehow win the division, go in the division round, play the Dallas Cowboys, and beat them in the wild card round. That'll be a great story, guys. That'll be a great story. Great to see Chad during the off season. Just soon. Yeah, I'm definitely ready to talk about it, man. I should be able to be there. Depends on the work schedule. Let's see. Kyler Murray just got injured. Possibly. See, too small, man. Too small. I don't like that though, because I got DeAndre Hopkins on my fantasy team. Um, we can thank Gurley Yeah, Gurley. Yeah, because I think he went number 8th, right? Number 8th overall pick. And remember, everybody was mad because we took Vic. We took Vic Beasley in that draft instead of Todd Gurley. And Todd Gurley with the bad knees messed up running backs going in the top 10 pick. You probably right. They probably won't pick another back going in the top 10 anymore. Everybody talk about Bijan Robinson, but I don't think he's going to be the one to break that mold. That would be some crazy mess. I know, right? I know. Think about it though, right? Because Dallas, they always blow it in the playoffs, and they can't stop the run, which is what the Falcons do really, really good. And it'd be big, right? They beat Dan Quinn again in the playoffs because he's the defensive coordinator. So I mean, you never know, right? Think about it. It came out, the Falcons had the biggest dead cap hit in NFL history. Got rid of our 14-year quarterback, brought in a bridge quarterback, Marcus Mariota, was bench for Desmond Ridder. Desmond Ridder win the last 4 games, get the Falcons back door into the playoffs, host a home game in the wild card round. And, oh man, that'd be amazing. And we host a home game, right? We could play the Cowboys, right? Because they're not gonna win their division, right? We beat them at home, then we go to the divisional rounds. You never know, man. To get to the tournament, you never know what happened. But that would be you right. That'd be hilarious. We end up getting up later career. Oh man, it's lining up for us because I told you versus Tampa to win. Lamar missing next 2 games. Yeah, he missing the next 2 games where he can play us on Christmas Eve. That's just perfect, right? When he missed the next 3 games, but so he'll miss this week and then next week, and then if he makes next week, that's right. He might miss the Christmas Eve game. That'd be awesome. But we'll have to see. Oh, he must be hurt bad. I'm gonna turn to the game, man. Oh, that's bad. Who that backup quarterback? Do anybody know who that backup quarterback is? Oh, that's right. We played it. We played the Cardinals. I get what you guys say. We play the Cardinals at home in 2 weeks. Man, you gotta. It's lining up, guys. It's lining up. That's Ridder finna be the hero for the Atlanta Falcons. It's lining up. We just got to get Hate Week or Colt McCoy. Colt McCoy, he's decent. He's a decent backup quarterback. Decent backup quarterback. Let's see what we got here. All right, guys. One thing I want to talk about before I get out of here is the last thing is will the team rally behind Ridder? I know everybody's seen the interviews from the team after that Pittsburgh game, and all the guys got up and like we behind Marcus Mario 100%. He's our quarterback. It's not just his fault we lose, which is true. All the things they were saying was true. You got to go with your quarterback, go with your leader, and things like that. But the question is now, do these guys or will they believe in Ridder and get behind him and try to win? I mean, they're still playing for something, right? So especially now we're looking at it, and just like you said, you know, um, Murray's hurt, Lamar's hurt, right? This game on Sunday is a big game for us. It really is. We got to get this win. We just got to get this win for one reason because it's the Saints, right? We just can't get swept by the Saints in the season, so we want this win because of that. First of all, and second, it'll put us where we need to be, right? Going up to Baltimore on Christmas Eve, trying to steal a win there, right? And then we do that. Our last 2 home games against the injured Cardinals, the injured Cardinals, and then I don't know what's going on with the Buccaneers, man, with Tom Brady, but they might be out of it by then, right? They got two tough games next. They play the Bengals. They still got to play the Panthers as well. So which is going to be a tough game for them. Believe it or not, the Panthers playing pretty good football right now. So we need the Panthers to lose as well, believe it or not, guys, because they actually took over the second seed because they got more wins in the division than we do. So we definitely need the Panthers to lose as well. But we need to do handle our business first. That's where it really boils down to. And that I rather play with Kyler. Oh yeah, 100%. That's why he'll back up. That's why he'll back up. Facts any day. Lamar Jackson back up. Huntley. He in concussion protocol. Wow, man. The stars are lining up for us. It really is, guys. It really is. But back to what I was saying about the team. Art Smith said today that he gonna have to, earn their respect and do things like that. But I believe that his play on the field is gonna let these guys know that he's ready. It kind of, in a way, it kind of helps him that Mariota is not in the building as well, because now he don't have to worry about people looking at Mariota, talking Mariota. It's all his team now. It's really about Desmond Ridder, so he gonna have to go out and have to do the things he got to do. That's what you're gonna see. He said the Panthers got Detroit. Detroit been playing balls out too. That's gonna be a tough game for that team. But the backup Lamar more likely will be okay once we play them. Lamar hopefully won't. Yeah, man. If I was Lamar, I wouldn't play because they ain't paid him yet. Man, don't go out there and risk yourself until they give you your money. That's what we want to see. You say the Lions finna whoop them. I agree. I agree with you on that. The Lions been playing pretty good ball, man. They won like what six straight games, something like that. Tough team. The coach got them balling, man. He came out his weird. He's gonna bite some kneecaps and things like that. But they believe in this guy. They love their coach, and they actually been playing really, really good football of late. And they might gonna get in the wild card. We don't have a chance to get in the wild card anymore. I think our only chance to get in the playoffs is winning the division. So, and we still have a chance to get there. The Panthers need to lose as well. Yep, they are. We split the season with them, but they got more division wins, so that's why they're got the second seat right now in the division. Panthers think they got a chance. They do. They believe, man. They believe. They really believe. That defense is good. That defense is really good. Good thing they decide not to get rid of none of their defensive players, right? They got rid of McCaffrey. That's a big contract they get off the board. Let Baker Mayfield go. Sam Darnold been playing decent for those guys, so you gotta love it. I got. I'm wait. This last quick statement about Ridder. Hopefully, the team's going to actually be behind him and do the things that he need to do. Good thing that he was actually in the facilities this whole past week, getting ready to go. He got this next week, so basically, he had 2 weeks to get himself ready to come out and dominate this game. We're gonna see what things he's gonna do. Pernell caught a pass yesterday. No boy playing. Yeah, I saw that. I really they pulling out all stops. They like, well, we got to lose, right? You got to love that coach, man. Just out there, just coaching his butt off, right? But let's see what Ridder do. I'm really excited about this, and that's where we're at. This is Ridder's team now. The fact that Mark Mariota is not even in the building, like I said, it's his team, right? It's perfect for him. It's all on him to go out. This is what he wanted, right? This is your mindset that you got to have. You want to be one of the 32 starting quarterbacks in the NFL. Not that many positions out there. It's 32 of them. You want to be one. See how Purdy did against Tom Brady yesterday. If Desmond Ridder can come out and have that kind of performance, that would be something special to see. Either way, we don't need him to go out. Just don't make too many mistakes to lose us the game. That's what we're asking for. Unless he can open up that passing game. And guys, the last thing, just remember, all week long is hate week. All week long, it is hate week. We gotta remember that. It's the Aints. It's a meaningful game going into week 15 of the season. It's a meaningful game for us. We got to go out. We got to play our butts off. We got to try to get this win. Let's beat the Aints. Please come back here on Wednesday when I do my keys to victory. A lot has changed since week 1. Got a lot of things on the film we can actually see. I know what the Falcons are now. We know what the Saints are now. We know what we got to. So we let's do this, man. Let's do this. Let's beat the damn Aints, man, and keep our hopes alive, right? All right, that's what we need to do. If we beat the Aints, we put them out the playoff picture, and we keep our playoff pictures alive. It's just that simple. We got to be able to do that. Because guess what? This week, we all could lose, and we still would be in it, right? If we all lose, we still would be in it. But we really would need help big time if we all lose and we don't win. So let's just hope we're able to do it, get something done this weekend. Guys, that's all I have for you guys today. This is your boy Ricondo coming back at you with another video. Peace.